Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Happy Monday. Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Oh, I'm so relieved. So I'll just say off the bat, this is incredible story to share with you guys, because you may have heard me over the last week or so saying that I've been without my cellular reset. I've been without some of these wonderful products that I love so much. And I always tell you, I love them and they work really well, but I've been without them. And sometimes you don't know what you're missing until it's gone. And so I've been without them, and they arrived here on Friday. And so I've been back on the cellular reset and all my other stuff for like 3 days. And I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I'm laughing because I know it sounds like I'm like, oh, this is so wonderful. But seriously, I feel so much better. More energy, I don't know. Overall, just more vitality, I guess. My workout was easier this morning. So many things. So I want to encourage you, if you have been thinking, I don't know, does that stuff really work? It works. It definitely works. You can get yours today at naturallyinspiredstore.com. Had a great weekend. Kind of a strange start, I'll tell you. Maybe you caught it, maybe you didn't. On Friday night, I was on the Red Pill Project. And, always a very informative conversation on there. No doubt about that. But we had David Whitehead join us, who is a podcaster in Canada. And I'll tell you, it was kind of a surprising conversation. And it left me thinking about a lot of things over the weekend. And then it was very interesting because the very topic we were discussing on Friday night, it's called On the Fringe, and it's through the Red Pill Project, kind of blew up over the weekend. And me, I don't really believe in coincidences. I think that a lot of our attention is being pulled towards this issue. And I think rightfully so. Anyway, I'll tell you what I mean with our daily topic, because today I'm talking about the link between digital ID and what I'm just calling flat out the Islamic invasion. So you want to hear that. Also, there's been a new drug announced for treating autism. And I have some more information on that I think you'll find very interesting. Also, more people in the insurance business actually are pointing out that we are seeing a decline in people who are able to work. What could be causing that? We're going to cover it. And also, the state wants to control your thermostat inside your house. Oh yeah, they want to be able to turn your air conditioning off if you're using too much energy, or maybe turn your heat off, if we're just running a little bit energy, constricted in your state. Well, yeah, your state wants to be able to control how much energy you're using. Colorado got a little taste of this not that long ago, and I covered it. So I'll lay that out for you. Also, today's health topic is about thyroid nodules, something you need to know about thyroid nodules, how it correlates with insulin. So you want to stay tuned for that. And of course, we'll have a naturally inspired moment, as we always do. Oh boy, let's get started. I'm going to open up this topic with just some of the videos that I pulled today from different social media platforms. I'm telling you, I could have pulled, there's a lot of them. Okay, these are just the ones I decided to pull. So I'm not cherry picking stuff here. Okay, I'm not. But I do want to make a very serious point today. And so let's get started. Let's go straight to Whitney Webb first. Here it is.
Ultimately, a lot of this, repursing that we just talked about, I think ultimately the goal is to herd people into manufacturing consent for some sort of digital ID system, with the goal of having that system being connected to all of your internet access through your internet service provider or ISP, and also to your social media account, with the goal of really having you have a formal government ID linked profile of everything you read and consume online, as a way to get around repersoning and the bot issue and all of these things. So who's behind this larger agenda? Well, it's not just one person. It's not just two people. It's a lot bigger than that. All of these global policy agendas that are somehow being implemented in lockstep globally obviously have a transnational group behind them. I think that's quite clear. And there's no shortage of cheerleaders for that agenda in the United States, whether it's team left or team right. And the same is true elsewhere. It's just really the sales pitches to get people to adopt them are different. So, on the right, it's being framed as a way to stop illegal immigration. On the left, it's being framed as a way to stop hate speech and stop cyberbullying online and protect children and all sorts of things like that, really just looking for whatever metric sticks with whatever demographic they want to placate ultimately. So there's several groups that are behind it. A lot of it ultimately goes back, if you look at, some of these entities that sort of first kickstart the digital ID push under the auspices of the United Nations, like the ID 2020 Alliance, which has now been folded into another alliance with essentially all of the same funders. But ultimately, ID 2020 was started by, groups like Microsoft, the Rockefeller Foundation, Accenture, some of these big multinational corporations, or in the case of the Rockefeller Foundation.
I've been trying to tell people for, I don't know how long, that this has never been about left and right. It is about the race to implement AI. It has been about the race to control mass surveillance through technology, through creating campaigns to support getting people over the finish line and into digital surveillance. Campaigns like climate change, that comes from the left, right? But campaigns from the right as well that come from people like Ted Cruz, who says, we have to move forward with AI. We have to, because if we don't, China, right? Also, we have a good demographic on the right who is using health as well to weaponize it, to get people to comply with the technology for the biological revolution, which is the technology of implementing humans and machines, the merger, the transhumanism. That's biotechnology. And that is the revolution that people like Ray Kurzweil and Larry Ellison from Oracle, they are all on board with solving death. And it seems to me that they're willing to play the right in order to get to the finish line. Peter Thiel, people of that nature. Do not be fooled. Finish lines are the same here. Both need to get us over the finish line into AI. And they're going to use a number of different tools to do it. And, well, I tell you, it's something that we have to be keenly aware of right now, because our tolerance in the West is actually being weaponized against us right now. And that, to me, with an overhead view, if you you don't look at these situations from a perspective of left or right, but from above. What are the investors above trying to accomplish? And suddenly, you start to see it come together. I'll explain better when we come back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. I'm so glad you're here.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Tomorrow night's weekly wellness workshop is MTHFR Breakthroughs, what your doctor may have missed. You can register now for your free pass at naturallyinspiredstore.com/workshop. If you're already a customer, you'll unlock VIP access to recorded calls and so much more. Plus, we're adding fresh content to the platform every single day. So you can text me at 720-303-8868 with any of your questions. Again, register now for your free pass to our weekly wellness workshop at naturallyinspiredstore.com/workshop. All right, I want to go to Whitney's second part of her clip here. She does such a good job, and she's the one that really informed me about digital ID years ago. Beginning of COVID, she was on this. She's actually very brilliant, and she was the one that really broke it down into steps and explained exactly how, why, what, when, where, and who. So I always give her credit. If you want to know more about the digital ID, she's your gal. But here's part 2 of the clip I wanted to share with you today. Whitney Webb.
Technically, you do have a centralized system of digital ID, but it looks to be decentralized at the superficial layer. And that is also the goal too with the digital currency push, and because it's not just central bank digital currencies. There's also the issue of private bank digital currencies, which are also just as surveillable and seizable and programmable as CBDCs would be. They're just in the hands of private banks. And do you think JP Morgan would behave any better than the Federal Reserve when JP Morgan is one of the biggest, controllers of the Federal Reserve? I mean, honestly, it's kind of a false dichotomy at the end of the day. You can get that kind of, liberty killing money from either the private or the public sector. And what will likely happen is a public-private partnership, the preferred model of all of these groups, UN included. And so I think ultimately that's where this is going to lead us. And they want it to obviously be connected to your online activities. So if you want to use the internet for economic activity, for social activity, or education, or anything else, you will have to have a digital ID and connect it to your ability to get online. And then obviously there's a push to have turn basically social media giants into banks. There's a big push for this with X, Twitter, and presumably, it was Facebook originally that tried to start the stablecoin Libra Diem project that has since, been turned into, after it was shut down, went to populate USDC and some of these companies that are working on the Lightning Network on Bitcoin, like David Marcus's Lightspark and some of those things. So there's efforts to revive that and ultimately kind of link it to some sort of gig economy.
The misrepresentation of who is in control of things is a pattern. We see it with our food companies, right? We're down to about 9 food companies, I think, that control more than 80% of our country's food supply. But when we walk into a grocery store, all the packaging and boxing and bags and such and marketing would represent that we have, hundreds and hundreds of different people providing food in our grocery store chains. And that is not the case, right? Our food has very much become a centralized food system. Now, same thing with health. We were under this impression, that we have all of these different hospitals to choose from, that we have all of these different insurance companies to choose from. People don't often recognize that their insurance companies are employing their physician, that their physician is working within a hospital system, and it's all going to the same place. We have a centralized health system. We have a centralized food system. We have a centralized banking system. This has not created the best results for us. Imagine when our digital identification is linked to our centralized currency system, our centralized health system. Talk about mass control here. Take it a step further, and add in these advertising campaigns to push people into the agenda, like climate change, right? So tie your carbon credits to your currency. Man, you guys, it's enslavement. There's no other word for it. Comply or else you get locked out of the digital world, which it just so happens you have to be part of the digital world to get healthcare, to get food, you get where I'm going with this? I mean, it's not hard. But one of the other campaigns that is happening is kind of a scary one. It is a scary one. I'll just say it. I'll go back to this conversation that I had on Friday with David Whitehead and Josh Reed. We were discussing, Charlie Kirk's assassination and the fact that, a lot of, not a lot, some right-wing people like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson are digging deep to try to figure out who is behind this assassination. And a lot of people are turning to Israel and saying, well, what about this? And first of all, I say this over and over again, when you name a country, you're not talking about the citizens of that country. You're talking about their government, right? I mean, when people, get upset with America, they're getting upset with the way our government has conducted itself all over the world. And so I want to make that distinction up front. Here's something I don't understand is we have so many problems here in our own country right now. We have a hard time getting clean food into our households these days. We have an epidemic of autism. We have an epidemic of dis-ease in general within the population. And yet we keep sending money, to foreign places to support their wars and their agendas. That doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. At the same time, there seems to be an active campaign to bring in Islam to Western culture. And when you start putting the pieces together, it's again another way to divide. It's obvious. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Look up. So I pulled a few of these clips, and I'll explain why I did, because there's definitely something going on. And I think that tolerance has been weaponized, and I think it's for the purpose of digital ID. Check out this clip, first of all, okay? Some of the things Matt Walsh points out here about what's going on around our country. Listen.
To say, no, you're not going to Islamicize our cities. No, you're not going to do that. This is America. Okay, I want to actually go back to Dearborn for a moment. Because as we talked about Dearborn a little bit on the show recently, and I've been aware of the Islamicization of Dearborn, I hadn't really looked into it that deeply. But the more you look into it, the more research you do about what's happening in Dearborn, it is insane. I mean, it is mind-blowing. I think people don't realize, however bad you think it is, it's so much worse. And if you live there, you know this, but for people that don't live there, you might not understand just how bad it is. That Dearborn has essentially become an Arab state. It's a Middle Eastern Islamic capital right in the middle of the American heartland. And for some reason, we've allowed that to happen. We don't have to allow it. We don't have to allow that, actually. We are allowed to not allow that. But we did. And now the people of the city, along with, here's the latest thing, along with all the other problems with living in a Middle Eastern Islamic capital, the latest, and this is just from this week, the people of the city find themselves woken up at 5 a.m. by the Muslim call to prayer. Watch this.
But the mosques in East Dearborn are now at times waking us up at 5:30 in the morning with the call to prayer.
This is Dearborn resident Andrea Unger at last night's city council meeting stating that mosques using outdoor loudspeakers for their call to prayer should not be allowed. And says she believes it's not supposed to be allowed per city ordinance.
Stay tuned, everybody. We'll dive into this topic when we come back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia.
Are achy joints holding you back? Are you tired of stiffness slowing you down? It's time to restore with Joint Restore Gummies from Prosper CBD. These delicious strawberry-flavored gummies aren't just tasty. They're designed to soothe joint discomfort, promote flexibility, and help you move freely again. No more messy creams or bitter pills. Just one gummy a day to get you back to doing what you love. Best of all, no prescription needed.
My husband was headed towards knee surgery, and I was having hip pain. A friend recommended these. We tried them, and they worked great. We noticed a difference right away.
Right now, Prosper Wellness is offering a special deal, so don't wait. Go to jointrestore1.com. That's jointrestore1.com. Grab your Joint Restore gummies today. Be sure to use the promo code TAMMY, TAMMY, for 20% off your order.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that detoxing daily can help remove up to 70% of the toxins in your body? Let me share 3 real stories about how Greska's C60 has helped people feel their best every day. John from Denver, Colorado says,
I've always struggled with seasonal allergies, but since I started taking Greska C60 every day, my symptoms have significantly improved. I don't feel congested or tired all the time. It's been an amazing daily detox for my body, and I feel so much more energized.
Emily from Portland, Oregon says,
As an athlete, I was looking for a way to keep my body clean and detoxed. Greska C60 has been a great addition to my routine. I feel less bloated and I feel more clear-headed. Plus, it's helped me with occasional muscle stiffness and aches after intense workouts.
Visit c60.com or call 720-600-6040 today to start your own journey. Use promo code TAMMY at checkout for a special discount.
I've dealt with joint stiffness and low energy for a long time. Since starting the Cellular Reset, my recovery after workouts has been smoother and I don't hit that midday slump as often. It's made a noticeable difference in how I feel day to day. Thank you, Tammy, for your radio show and all you do to share real solutions for health. That's Lisa from Austin, Texas. I love hearing your stories. So if you have one about the Cellular Reset, if you have one about the college, I don't care what it's about, actually. If I've helped you in some way, please let me know. 720-303-8868. You can try our Cellular Reset today. As a member, you'll enjoy 15% discount on every order. You get a money-back guarantee, so there is no risk. That's for a lifetime, actually. Empty bottle money-back guarantee. Free and flat rate shipping options, loyalty points toward free product, priority access to my health text line, an email for questions and suggestions, VIP access to our weekly wellness workshop, and so much more. So become a member at naturallyinspiredstore.com/reset. Again, if you have questions, just text me 720-303-8868. Nothing demonstrates the need for nuance, I feel like, as the issue of Israel and Islam in the West. For some reason, this is such a heated topic that you've got to be placed on one side or the other. Have you noticed this? If you talk about anything about, saying, well, maybe we shouldn't be sending so much money to Israel. Oh, you're an anti-Semite. No, absolutely not. I'm just very concerned about the issues that we have here in America. And if you don't support sending money to Israel, or if you don't support the fact that Israel is paying American influencers to, promote Israel and to promote their country, then suddenly you must support Hamas or you must support Islam. I do not. Nope. But it really is this one or the other type of thing. And the way I see it, it is so nuanced. It is so nuanced. And it makes me very suspicious that people need you to be in one corner or the other. I'm telling you, I care about America right now. That's all. I've got my plate full. You know, we have 70+% of the American population with chronic disease. A good deal of our youth can't even make it into the military because of their chronic health issues. Like, we have major problems here. That's just like the tip of the iceberg, right? You know that. You got cities that are falling apart. We have people all over the streets. Like, why am I being forced to pay attention to this issue right now? Because it's all over my feed. And I can't help but think it's going to be weaponized again to divide you and I and divert attention while we have some major things, life-changing, culture-changing, never going back type of issues being ushered in. And that issue is digital ID. Attaches to digital currency, attaches to programmable currency, geographic location, your ability to travel. Like, I can go on and on. Your health, like, it goes, it's a centralized enslavement mechanism. Digital ideas. So, top of the list of importance. Meanwhile, this is what's happening all over the world. Check out this next clip here.
So I'm just here standing, waiting for my bus, minding my business, and this dirtbag comes up to me and asks me where I'm from. Told me, they're all mad in town. He told me he's from Palestine, and then asked me did I want to have sex. Just straight up asked me, you want sex? I was like, no, don't want sex. No sex? No, fuck off. You dirty fucking bastard. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry for the language there at the end. We'll have to bleep that out for our radio listeners. But that's Ireland. That's Ireland. Now check out this next clip.
I'm not the exception. I'm one of millions. There are around 1 million women inside that cult who have been cut like I was. And that's just one sect of Islam. This isn't rare or isolated. This is systemic, global, and it's deeply tied to religious beliefs, specifically in Islam. I'm about to blow the lid off female genital mutilation because the scale of underreporting, the silence, the cultural gaslighting, the sheer number of Muslims doing this to their daughters, it's mind-blowing and it makes me sick. And it should make every single one of you sick. And don't come at me with not all Muslims, because enough are doing it for millions of girls to bleed, and that's all that matters. This has no medical benefits. It serves one purpose, and one purpose only: to suppress feminine power.
I guess the question is, are we going to allow this kind of cultural shift in the West? I feel like people do not understand the severity of this issue. Charlie Kirk, with his recent passing, he had given a talk not too long before he was assassinated, where he describes how Sharia law and the Islamic religion is not conducive in the West. We have this going on all over the place now. Okay? So it is an invasion. It is an invasion, and it is something that could easily be used to weaponize bringing in the digital ID, because they will say it's too dangerous. Like, honestly, again, look up, because these people who are coming into the West in droves and practicing their religion in our streets and not assimilating to American culture are actually being used. They're being used by globalists to usher in a digital ID, and they'll be thrown away at some point. Watch this next clip. That's France. So we have, Dearborn, Michigan, and we had some stuff going down in Texas as well, the same nature. Like I said, I could have pulled so many clips. This was happening all weekend, seemed like almost everywhere. We're getting stories out of Ireland from like that. I saw another video of some British girls that were in a club dancing and filming themselves, and behind them, a Muslim man was slitting their throats, figuratively, showing them that he was going to slit their throats. I don't know where we became so desensitized to danger. That's the weaponization of our tolerance here in the West. So what better way, right, is to create violent situations, to create absolute chaos around the Western world citizenry. So then it becomes unsafe here in the West without a digital ID. I mean, there's so many things going on to push towards a digital ID that by the time they offer it and roll it out, and the UK has already made the announcement that they absolutely will do it. Check out this clip before we go to break here. This is Canada, Niagara Falls. It's just coincidence that it's happening everywhere all weekend long? I think not. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. Just before I came on to do the show, actually, I was chatting with a couple of community members, Kyle and Sarah. Both are on weight loss journeys, and both shared with me that their success stories, that they are losing weight. So what did they do? Well, I think Sarah started working with me in August, and we had a 30-minute assessment, and we just tweaked some things, So many women are stuck in diet culture and trying to continue to do what they've been told to do. I thought this was healthy. I thought that was healthy. I thought eating light. So just that adjustment and understanding how to fuel your body. So we had a discussion. She's down 8 pounds. And she's happy. We celebrated together. Kyle, same type of thing. He was just not getting the results he wanted. And he's just dialed in the protein for sure and just really been, sticking with it. He mentioned that now he doesn't want to go back because if he goes off of his high protein regimen, he actually feels hungover the next day. I can relate, Kyle. That happens to me too, because that's what your body is putting up with all the time. So anyway, book your free assessment with me. It is so worth it. There is hope. You can get the results that you want. Book at naturallyinspiredstore.com. Just that free 30-minute assessment. There are buttons right there on the website. We'll sit down together, have a discussion, and see what might be in the way of you achieving your optimum health. For today's Naturally Inspired moment, though, let's move on to that. I'm talking about working through chaos because I'll tell you, after looking at this stuff, I didn't spend a lot of time looking at stuff over the weekend, but as I was preparing to meet with you here today, I got on social media, looking at the news, different places, and man, it feels chaotic. We've, saw another shooting at a church. I don't even know all the details of that. We have protests going on at the Canadian border at Niagara Falls. Those look pretty crazy, smoke bombs and all this other stuff. We had, Islamic prayer shutting down traffic in multiple places around the country. That's just the tip of the iceberg, It feels very chaotic. But I think the answer to this chaos is really dialing in our own actions. It's dialing in what we want to see more of in the world. So life's always going to be bringing you moments of chaos. You have deadlines you have to meet. You have the outside world that you have to grapple with. Like, what is happening here? You have family struggles. There's financial pressures, unexpected events that seem to shake the ground beneath you. And it seems like there's another one and another one and another one. So you can't wait till the end. You just can't. It's tempting to put your growth on hold while you wait for the next storm to pass. But here's the truth. Chaos is not a sign to stop. It's the training ground where your resilience is built. So when you keep moving forward in the middle of the storm, you prove to yourself that your commitment is stronger than your circumstances. Chaos tests your focus, your discipline, and your vision. And when you choose not to let up, you create a powerful momentum that carries you through no matter what is happening around you. So here are 5 strategies for working through chaos. Number 1, you must anchor your vision. You have to remind yourself daily of why you're doing what you're doing, because chaos will distract you and your vision will guide you. So every morning, if you're part of the Naturally Inspired community, you know I send out my whoa. That's my words of encouragement. And that is designed as a reminder to set your intention each day. Because if you do not set your intention for health, then I guarantee you your circumstances will set your intention for you. And if you let your circumstances set your intention, you are moving away from your goal line, not towards it. So very important to anchor yourself in your vision for the future. Number 2, control the controllable, because you can't eliminate every storm, but you can control your choices. So you can control your thoughts and you can control your actions. And let me just put emphasis on thoughts, because your thoughts will drive your actions. What you are thinking creates how you feel. How you feel will be the reasoning behind whether you act or you rest or you pull back. And so very important to control the controllable, because you can't eliminate the storm, but you can sink into the tools, like through my transformation system, that help drive you forward. Things like awareness. Like awareness of the issue, right? Why am I doing this again? Oh yeah, that's right. Because this path leads to big pharma. This path leads to dis-ease in the body. This path leads to more problems. This path over here leads to health and wellness and peace. I'm going to educate myself a little bit every day. So I'm going to listen to Naturally Inspired every day, because there's always good things that I can take away, tools that I learn about my health. I have my vision in mind, right? My vision is me feeling, with full of energy and vitality and excited about my future. And I know I can do it because other people are doing it in the community. I know I can do it because as long as I don't give up, I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve. Focus, right? That's another part of it. Immersion, consistent application, and then finally, teaching someone else. These are the steps. These are the steps to transformation. It's not woo-woo. It's not elusive. It isn't luck. You don't guess. No, it's precise. There are steps to changing your habits. They transform you over time. Simplify routines. When life feels messy, keep your health, your nutrition, and your mindset habits simple but consistent. One of the greatest things you can do, I feel like, when you are experiencing chaos beyond your control, like what's going on in the world, or, even like what goes on in your workplace that you have no control over, or what have you, organize your space. Make sure you purge the unneeded stuff from your space inside your home. Make sure that your areas of operation are orderly and that they're actually set up for your success. Make sure you have your workout stuff organized. You have your vitamins, your supplements organized. Simplifying routines will help make a divide between the messiness of what's going on outside of your control and the things that you can control. Super important. Number 4, protect your environment. So limit the negativity you let in. Don't, feel like you have to listen to somebody's venting, complaining, ongoing. You're within your boundaries to say, I got 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes. I want to be here from you. I want to be here for you. But having somebody constantly vent on you, you being their sounding board, it's draining. And you deserve better. So it's like, hey, I got 10 minutes. I got 15 minutes. What you got? And let them. And then say, I got to stop you there. Man, that's, overwhelming. I'm glad you feel like you can share with me, but I got other things I got to do. You're within your rights and you deserve to be able to do that. So protect your environment, limiting the negativity you let in, seek out calm spaces, right? Get outside. Another way to kind of change the dynamic, if you have a relationship with somebody who feels like they can dump on you all the time with their negativity, is, plant some seeds of, authentic encouragement in them. Hey, that's, I see that's coming, but you know what I noticed? I noticed you handle this very well, that very well. Point out the positive in those people. Flip the frequency. And of course, use grounding practices. So get outside, and I mean real grounding. Get outside, get your feet in the grass, get your eyes on God's nature. It has a profound calming effect on your nervous system. Number 5, the reframe. Reframe the storm. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, how is this helping me grow stronger? Do I really need to engage in this chaos? Chaos doesn't cancel your calling. It only clarifies it if you let it. The storm is temporary, but your strength built through it is absolutely permanent. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for hour 2.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.
Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm so glad you're joining us today, talking about a very nuanced discussion. And gosh, like I'm tired. I am tired of the division. I'm so tired of it, and especially like with such a nuanced conversation, like Israel versus Islam. Why do we have to pick a side? I mean, certainly we have our own beliefs here in America, and it's not conducive with Islam. I'll say that up front, right? That's what we've been talking about the first hour here, is this dichotomy that is, again, serving division. And, again, I have to say, I think this is all leading to digital ID. The violence, the protesting, the contrast between Sharia law and the Western world. If we can't get it under control, then wouldn't it be a great idea to usher in digital ID to get it under control? And that's my concern. Do we have to be, pro-funding Israel government to be against Islamic Sharia law in America? Is that what it has to be? And I mean, I even saw like Glenn Greenwald, who, I used to like to listen to his stuff. I haven't listened to his stuff for quite a while, but I used to like to listen to some of his perspective. And, he seems to be all about promoting, the Islam and Muslims. On the other side, it's, there's people like Ted Cruz who are all about funding Israel and how we have to fund Israel. We have to fund, like we have so many issues here. Like it just, again, it's about division. Again, it's about division. And I think we should be focused on what's going on here, right? We have major problems here. We have lots of stuff getting passed that nobody's even discussing right now, right? Passed into law. And no one's even looking at that stuff because, again, we are it's every day. I feel like it's every day, every couple of days, it's a new topic, right? We were just mourning Charlie Kirk, and now it's all about the invasion of Islam. Like, you cannot keep up with the chaos. It's very difficult to keep up with. But I want to bring your attention to a great story about autism. You heard this announcement, I think I played it last week on the show, where, Bobby Kennedy and Marty McCary and I think Dr. Oz was there and Trump was there. They were talking about this stuff, about autism, about Tylenol, about all this stuff, It's a slow race, it feels like to me. It's like, just do it already. But we're making baby steps, I feel like, every day. But they did mention this drug, and it's called leucovorin. I think it's pronounced leucovorin. And I just wanted to kind of cover that today because they're suggesting that perhaps children diagnosed with autism are getting good results with this drug. So I want to just tell you a little bit about it. It's not a new drug. Okay, it's a repurposed drug. Where have you heard that term before, right? Repurposed. The FDA doesn't like giving approval for repurposed drugs off label. They didn't anyway during COVID, right? We saw that during COVID. I think we have a lot of things at our disposal that could be used for could be repurposed and are not being repurposed. So this drug is folonic acid. It has long been used in medicine to counteract side effects of chemo and to manage folate metabolism issues. What's new is the push to formally use it in certain people on the autism spectrum who have cerebral folate deficiency. The FDA is updating labeling for use in autism-related symptoms in CFD. That's the cerebral folate deficiency. So just recently, September 22nd, the FDA announced it would relabel this medicine to include treatment for patients with cerebral folate deficiency who exhibit neurological developmental symptoms, including features sometimes seen in autism. The agency's decision is based on a systematic review of literature over 2009 to 2024 and patient-level data rather than large prospective clinical trials. It targets a subset, not all, of people on the autism spectrum. This is why I'm saying we need a reform of the spectrum, because this is where it's going to get dicey, right? It works in this person, it doesn't work in that person, but yet everybody has the label of autism. So leucovorin is intended for individuals who have cerebral folate deficiency, a condition in which folate transport into the brain is impaired despite normal folate levels in the blood. In other words, not everyone with autism will have this deficiency or respond to this medication. Some critics warn that broad claims are premature. And mechanism bypassing folate transport blockages in the brain. One proposed mechanism is that some children have autoantibodies to folate receptor alpha, which block the normal transport of folate into the brain. And this medication can bypass or work around that blockage by using alternative transport paths. Once inside, it's converted to active folate forms needed for brain metabolism, DNA synthesis, and methylation. Early evidence shows promise, especially in speech and communication. Some controlled and observational studies have found that leucovorin treatment can lead to improvement in language, verbal communication, and other developmental parameters in children with CFD and autism spectrum disorders. Safety, tolerability, and unknowns remain. Is generally well tolerated in its conventional uses, but when used in this context, side effects may include agitation, gastrointestinal upset, increased irritability, hyperactivity, insomnia, and increased tantrums in some children. So that's interesting. Because I want to know exactly how it would be different, folonic acid versus folate. So I did some research on this. And folate, which is vitamin B9, folate is the natural form of vitamin B9 found in foods like leafy greens, legumes, liver, and citrus. It must go through several steps in the body to be converted into its active form. This is the 5-MTHF that cells can use for DNA synthesis, methylation, and neurotransmitter production. Folic acid, this is the synthetic form of B9 used in supplements and fortified foods. Fortified foods, which is like everything that comes in a box, a bag, a can. It requires conversion by the enzyme MTHFR into active folate, the 5-MTHF. In people with the MTHFR gene mutation, folic acid may not convert efficiently, leading to unmetabolized folic acid and possible health concerns. Folonic acid is a reduced form of folate. It's already partially metabolized and closer to the active forms. It does not require the MTHFR enzyme to be converted, so it bypasses a major genetic bottleneck. Here's the thing, you guys. Why not take all of the fortified food out of the diet? And why not, because, there is risk to this medication. Right? We see the side effects listed here, that it could cause tantrums, which, poor autism families, they don't need more tantrums. They don't need that kind of side effect. So I wonder why wouldn't they prescribe, restrictive diet to make sure that none of this fortified stuff, this synthetic form of folic acid, gets into the diet. And then supplement with methylated vitamins. Am I dumb? You know what I mean? Like, why do we need another prescription here that comes with side effects? Why not just dial in the diet, pump in nutrition that's already methylated? I don't know. Seems like almost a bargaining chip for pharma. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturalinspiredradio.com.
I've struggled with low energy and brain fog for years, and nothing seemed to help. Since I started the special methylated vitamin blend, my focus is sharper and I don't feel as drained in the afternoons. It's been a steady, noticeable improvement in how I feel every day. I really appreciate Tammy for bringing attention to solutions like this through her show. It's how I found out about it. That's from Michael from Nashville, Tennessee. You can try our special methylated vitamin blend today. As a member, you'll enjoy 15% discount on every order, a money-back guarantee, empty bottle guarantee, money back for a lifetime, which is unheard of. Free and flat rate shipping options, loyalty points toward free product. Gotta understand your loyalty points, right? You need your vitamins every month, so you should get loyalty points back on them. Why not? All right. That's what we offer here with our partner product line. So loyalty points toward free product. You get priority access to my health text line and email for questions and suggestions, VIP access to our weekly wellness workshop. And we just so happen to be talking about the MTHFR gene mutation this week, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time on Naturally Inspired Weekly Wellness Workshop. You get all of that stuff for just simply becoming a customer of Naturally Inspired. So you can become a member at naturallyinspiredstore.com/vitamin. Or if you have questions, just text me 720-303-8868. I'd be happy to make some recommendations for you. Start your journey today at naturallyinspiredstore.com/vitamin. Yes, everyone's going to be talking about methylation, and I think it's high time that everybody understands what we're putting in our bodies. You know, it goes back to what I say all the time, the traditional Chinese medicine kind of formula. The more gunk, I mean, that's the technical term, the more gunk you have build up in your detox pathways or even on the cellular level, the less efficient you're going to be at operating. It's pretty simple, really. So what are you doing to support your detox pathways, right? You've got to make sure that you're putting good nutrition in. You have to make sure you're keeping as much as the toxicity out. You have to move your body. You have to understand that your body is synergistic. And I'm so glad we covered that last week on Friday. I got a lot of feedback about that, about the synergistic nature of our body, because we are so programmed to think of things compartmentalized when it comes to our health. It's like, oh, I go to my heart doctor, I go to my kidney doctor, I go to my knee doctor, I go to, you know what? You're an actual living system. And you must treat the whole body, especially when it comes to things like inflammation. You know, you can't just cut out inflammation. It's systemic. You have to go about it where you're coercing the body back to homeostasis, right? Nutrition, supplementation, stress management. It's a formula. You can find out how. naturallyinspiredstore.com. Okay, let's talk about this issue. What could possibly be going wrong? So, you know, former pro-vaccine advocate, he had his own YouTube channel for debunking vaccine injury, I believe. And he was very, very pro-vaccine. He is now making videos discussing that people who took at least one dose of COVID vaccine are 34% more likely to get colorectal cancer, 54% more likely to get breast cancer, and 62% more likely to get bladder cancer than the unvaccinated. Well, detox pathways. Now is the time, you know? Now is the time to maximize your health. You must. You can't wait anymore. You can't put this on, you know, the back burner any longer, especially if you took these injections. It is time to get to work. And the best piece of advice I can say to you is, don't worry about it. Get into action, right? Support your detox pathways. Worrying about it isn't going to do you any good at this point. And I know that's a difficult thing to do, and easy to say, not so easy to do, but it's done. And here's the thing. Your body is so capable, but you don't have the time or the space, rather. You do not have the space to continue to toxify your body anymore. None of us do. None of us do. But if you've been exposed to these things, I would beg and plead with you, get into a lifestyle that supports your detox pathways. Get into a lifestyle that nutrifies your body. Understand how your body works at the cellular level and support it every step of the way. I don't know if we're ever going to get justice on this issue. I think a piece of justice would be us uniting on this issue and understanding that there was something really wrong that went on, something really evil that went on during COVID. And some of us got swept up in it, and some of us fought it tooth and nail. And now we can come together and understand that the best way forward is unifying and making sure that we don't lose our rights to choose ever again. Unifying in support towards true health, to real health solutions, taking back agency over your health. I mean, these people have screwed you over big time. Nothing sends me like blah, 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 even more than listening to somebody who was coerced, was hoodwinked, was tricked into taking the answer of the experimental gene injection, and they still going back to those same people for health advice, for treatment. You can't do it anymore. You're playing with fire. You need to go back to your practitioner, look your doctor in the eye and say, I need to get off these medications. I need to detox off of this. Will you help me? And if they say no, then you need to find a different practitioner and you need to take on personal responsibility for your health. Seek out the information. It is there. You have to go searching for it, but it is there. Pretty scary statistics, like we needed anything else to increase our cancer risk. It is maddening, upsetting, all the feelings, right? All of the feelings. Let's go to our quick clip here before the break. We'll play the clip and then we'll go into the next story because the government wants control of your thermostat, people. Don't think so? Watch this.
To bill this week that would allow utility companies to automatically adjust your thermostat at your house. House Bill 427 would create a voluntary demand response program. Customers would be allowed to sign up to let their utility company temporarily adjust energy use, including raising thermostat settings or cycling water heaters during periods of high demand. The bill's sponsor, Representative Roy Kloppenstein, said it's meant to help homeowners and small businesses save money while reducing the load on the power grid. An analysis from the Ohio Environmental Council estimates the program would generate between $34 and $100 million in savings for the utility system, depending on how many customers sign.
Comply. Depending on how many customers comply, because if we can get 70% of the customers to comply, then we can probably force the other 30%. With mandates, with, all kinds of different coercive tactics. Do you see why this could be problematic? I mean, just you can just let your imagination go here, really. And it's always pitched to you in a way where it's for your benefit. It's going to save small business owners money. It's going to save the grid money. Meanwhile, you may be freezing in your home at night and can't turn the heat up, or you may be dying of heat at some point and can't turn the air conditioning up. Do you think you're just going to make a simple call? Just a simple call. I mean, are you living in this world? Because have you ever called a customer service, called a company for customer service in the last year or so? I try to avoid it. At all costs, I try to avoid it. I hate that. It's terrible. You aren't getting anything fixed. Less control we give, the better off we are. Stay tuned. This is Naturally Inspired Radio, and we'll be right back.
Are achy joints holding you back? Are you tired of stiffness slowing you down? It's time to restore with Joint Restore Gummies from Prosper CBD. These delicious strawberry-flavored gummies aren't just tasty, they're designed to soothe joint discomfort, promote flexibility, and help you move freely again. No more messy creams or bitter pills. Just one gummy a day to get you back to doing what you love. Best of all, no prescription needed.
My husband was headed towards knee surgery, and I was having hip pain. A friend recommended these. We tried them, and they worked great. We noticed a difference right away.
Right now, Prosper Wellness is offering a special deal, so don't wait. Go to jointrestore1.com. That's jointrestore1.com. Grab your Joint Restore gummies today. Be sure to use the promo code TAMMY, TAMMY, for 20% off your order.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that detoxing daily can help remove up to 70% of the toxins in your body? Let me share 3 real stories about how Greska's C60 has helped people feel their best every day. John from Denver, Colorado says,
I've always struggled with seasonal allergies, but since I started taking Greska C60 every day, my symptoms have significantly improved. I don't feel congested or tired all the time. It's been an amazing daily detox for my body, and I feel so much more energized.
Emily from Portland, Oregon says,
As an athlete, I was looking for a way to keep my body clean and detoxed. Greska C60 has been a great addition to my routine. I feel less bloated and I feel more clear-headed. Plus, it's helped me with occasional muscle stiffness and aches after intense workouts.
Visit c60.com or call 720-600-6040 today to start your own journey. Use promo code TAMMY at checkout for a special discount.
I started using the liquid collagen a few months ago after noticing my skin was looking dull and my joints were feeling stiff. Since then, I've seen a real improvement. My skin feels smoother, my hair looks healthier, and even my knees don't ache the way they used to after long walks. I'm so glad I found this through Naturally Inspired. It's become part of my daily routine. That's from Karen from Phoenix, Arizona. You can try our liquid collagen today, and as a member, you're going to enjoy 15% discount on every order, money back guarantee for a lifetime, free and flat rate shipping options, loyalty points toward free product, priority access to my health text line, and it is me, it's not a bot, or you can email me your questions and suggestions, VIP access to our weekly wellness workshop, and so much more. So become a member at naturallyinspiredstore.com/collagen, or if you have questions, you can just text me 720-303-8868. My personal favorite of the collagen is the Pure. That's the PURE formula. It got no sugar in it. I enjoy the taste. It's like a little fresh citrus, just a hint of it, but it's very palatable. Start your journey today at naturallyinspiredstore.com/collagen. Everybody needs it. You're losing it 1% a year after the age of 25. Let's just visit back in because, the premise of this controllable thermostat is another example of, fascism. I feel like fascism's everywhere and nobody wants to acknowledge it. And fascism is the, coupling of your government with the private sector to impose rules, to dictate society. And that seems to be like the new business model now. And all the billionaires are trying to get that, fixed into their business plans, whether it's with AI or whether it's with people like Bill Gates who want to make you drink toilet water. It seems like that's now like everybody's got to do it that way. Like social media platforms, the government's got to be involved in everything. And I think we're just getting closer and closer to not having a whole lot of choices in life anymore. And your thermostat is now on the table. Like, this is something pretty personal, really. I mean, do you ever get into those arguments even with your spouse? Hey, it's too hot in here. Hey, it's too cold in here. Well, imagine that just solves that, doesn't it? Because the government's going to tell you where to set your temperature. And let me just tell you, these things require smart meters. And smart meters, well, they come with a consequence. They come with a consequence. So there's radio frequency exposure. Smart meters use wireless communication, often similar to Wi-Fi or cell phones. Opponents argue that constant pulse may cause headaches, insomnia, fatigue, or electromagnetic hypersensitivity in some people. It also changes your insulin levels. A lot of people don't know that, but it does. Scientific debate, regulatory agencies like the FCC, the WHO, and the FDA say exposure is well below safety limits. However, independent researchers and advocacy groups note possible biological effects from chronic low-level radio frequency exposure, calling for more long-term studies. Vulnerable groups, people with pre-existing neurological or cardiac sensitivities, often report higher sensitivity to RF. Of course, there's privacy and security risks, right? Detailed usage tracking. Smart meters can show when you're home, asleep, or even on vacation, raising surveillance concerns. Data monetization. Utilities or third parties could potentially use and sell your usage data without consent. Of course, they do that. Hacking risks. As part of the smart grid, meters could be exploited for cyber attacks, mass shutoffs, or even manipulation. Consumer impacts, billing disputes. Some consumers report higher bills after installation. Remote shutoffs, because they can be controlled remotely. Utilities may disconnect service faster. Fire hazards. This is a real concern. There have been cases of overheating and malfunctioning linked to certain meter models, leading to recalls in some states and countries. And that's what we're doing. I'm paying an opt-out fee currently. In many areas, customers who decline smart meters have to pay extra monthly fees to keep their analog meters. Again, a mandate. Right? A consequence. You're punished for making a decision for your health. This is and now transfer this to the digital ID, you guys. It's already being implemented in Vietnam, the digital ID. It's now been approved in the UK. They're saying if you don't have a digital ID, you will not be able to work in the UK. Do people really understand the impact of this? How much government control will be over your life? We're talking about your telecommunications. So they'll be able to monitor devices, sensor transmitting data, sensor your energy usage, all kinds of different things. Maybe even, reroute you in traffic. Oh, we got too many people going this way. Now you have to go this way. Something to consider. I mean, your modern day car is a data collection device. Of course, we're all going to, self-driving vehicles. Another loss of freedom. For healthcare, you don't take this, approved course of care, then your insurance could be involved in denying you. right? Because everything is on a digital record. They're going to know exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it. We're already seeing that. I'm already dealing with people who are sending their stats back digitally on a daily basis to their provider. People are already telling me about that. We have little chips on pills. When medication is court ordered, there are actually chips that can be put into medications. And when you swallow it, it actually alerts an app to prove that you've consumed the medication. True story. True story. Like, it's the ultimate nanny state that we're walking into here with digital ID. And then you have this whole demographic of people that are just clueless, right? Oh, we already have digital banking. This is so much more than that. This is so much more than your convenience. It is so much more than being able to, zip through the airport. Stop being so selfish. Seriously. Oh, I don't have to worry about anything. It's all just there for me. And your children will have no ability to make their own critical decisions in life. It'll affect food, right? They don't want you eating red meat. They don't want you eating specific foods. Well, then you just don't get your programmable currency for those foods. Now, it's going to create a division between the uber rich and the poor, like you would not believe. Because everybody will get doled out some carbon credits. And hey, man, if you can't afford to eat that week, you can always sell your carbon credits on the digital platform to some billionaire who needs a few more carbon credits to be able to take his jet to wherever he wants to go. That's another thing that will go away, is the common person will not be able to travel. It just won't be something that you have access to. Humanitarian responses to access services, you're going to have to be up on all of your things. If you're not up on all of your things, including all of your medications that are required for you to be eligible to access things like food, those same things can be, just out to your children as well. You didn't take your children for this recommended medical procedure, injection, medication, whatever the protocol says, right? I mean, just imagine, how frustrating it is when you're on one of those automated calls and you keep pressing the button and it keeps backfiring and like, oh, that's not the right button. And you're talking into it. Stop. It still keeps doing the thing you don't want it to do. Imagine that's your life, and now you're trying to get food for your family, or you're trying to get, transportation somewhere in an emergency, or you're trying to communicate with somebody and you can't. This is such a scary time, and it doesn't matter how scary they make it. If they're going to mobilize Islam into American cities, and then promise you the digital solution, you've got to think about these things. We must protect our future and the freedom for our children. Stay tuned, everybody. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. When we come back, your health topic today, thyroid nodules and what insulin resistance has to do with it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time. Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredраdio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturalinspiredradio.com.
Shout out to all our radio partners, Greska's C60. Did you know your body's bombarded with toxins every day? Greska's C60 is a great way to protect yourself from outside toxins. Order yours today at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Last week we had Chris Berg on, who joined us to tell us about his awesome CBD gummies. Did you see that tweet that President Trump put out over the weekend? He's promoting CBD. I found that pretty interesting. You can get a wonderful gummy at jointrestore1.com, jointrestore1.com. Use promo code Tammy on all of these radio partners, TAMMY. Get yourself a little savings. And of course, we had Mark Squibb on as well. And, talking about the whole autism situation, I would give Mark a call. If you're having cognitive issues in your family with people I would just give him a call. You know what I'm saying? I would just give him a call. live02.com or call 970-658-2789. And Pumpkin Creek Ranch, it's our preferred provider of clean, regenerative beef. PumpkinCreekRanchCo.com. That's PumpkinCreekRanchCo.com. We're so grateful for all of our radio partners, and we appreciate you, audience, supporting them as well. So for our health topic today, this is an interesting one. I'm going to be talking about thyroid nodules and insulin resistance. So thyroid nodules are surprisingly common. Up to 65% of adults may have thyroid nodules by age 60, and they're often discovered accidentally. While most are benign, they can signal underlying metabolic imbalances that shouldn't be ignored. Insulin resistance fuels abnormal growth. High insulin levels act as a growth promoter. Just as excess insulin can drive ovarian cysts and PCOS, it can stimulate thyroid tissue growth and increase the risk of nodules forming. Shared pathways. Inflammation and oxidative stress, both insulin resistance and thyroid nodules, are linked to chronic low-grade inflammation and oxidative stress, which damage tissues and disrupt hormonal imbalance. Obesity and metabolic syndrome raise the risk. Studies show that people with obesity, type 2 diabetes, or metabolic syndrome have a significantly higher incidence of thyroid nodules, all conditions strongly tied to insulin resistance. Insulin and IGF-1 act like fertilizer for thyroid tissue. Insulin and insulin-like growth factor stimulate thyroid cells to grow. Chronically elevated levels can tip the scale from healthy thyroid tissue to abnormal nodule growth. Addressing insulin resistance shrinks risk lifestyle strategies that improve insulin sensitivity, reduce your sugar, increase your protein. I feel like I'm on a broken record. Strength train, right? You got to pick up some weights, get yourself a weighted vest, support your detox pathways, support your liver detox, can help stabilize thyroid health and potentially reduce nodule growth. Thyroid nodules are a signal. Like I say, right? We don't have symptoms. We have signals. The body is communicating all the time, and it always whispers before it starts screaming. The problem is that we've been conditioned to ignore the whispers or even cover them up with medication, so we don't hear them any longer. That's dangerous. You know, it's dangerous to shut off our body's communication. So many of these medications do that, whether it's SSRIs, cholesterol medication, you name it. You're essentially silencing your innate ability for your body to communicate with you. Think about that. Think about that. You don't want to hear from your body? Thyroid nodules are a signal, not just a symptom. Instead of viewing nodules in isolation, they can be seen as warning lights and should be. It's a deeper metabolic imbalance. So correcting your insulin resistance, it benefits not only thyroid health, but overall hormonal balance and longevity. How do you do this? Well, you get into a community like Naturally Inspired. I mean, honestly, we're helping so many people, supporting them along their optimum health journey. I don't give medical advice, but I do connect people to research papers, to videos, to information that I know works. And they review that information, and then they understand what to do. You know, and then we meet every week as a community to support each other, because it's more than just getting the information. When you're making a lifestyle change, making new decisions, it's not easy sailing all the time, because you are battling years of neural pathways that have been developed, aka habits. You're battling that. You're battling the comfort of the old decisions. The good news is, once you start making better decisions and you start getting better results, you start feeling better, when you do slide back, and you will, just like our friend Kyle was telling me, right? I was telling you that, if he eats outside of the protein diet, he feels it the next day, right? That's what happens by default. When you start living cleaner, when you start eating and living a lifestyle that produces better results, you don't want to go back. That's why I always say, it's not about willpower. And goodness, it's some simple shifts that you can make that can make a big difference. I don't know how many times this last week, in 1 week, I heard from people that said, man, I'm trying everything. I can't lose weight no matter what I do. I have this in the morning, I have that, and then I do this, and I'm doing all the same things I used to do, but it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, because calorie deprivation is not a sustainable solution. You have to understand that your weight actually is from your brain, and most of your health is coming from your brain. It's the driver. You are in the driver's seat. It's about understanding the communication that your body gives to you and acting in a way that supports your health, that works with your body, not against it. I cannot stand it when I hear these, NGOs, these fundraising institutions. You know what I'm talking about? These fundraising charities. It's always a fight. It's always a fight against your body. You've got to fight against the disease, right? We really need a shift in that paradigm. We have to stop fighting our own bodies, and we have to start listening to our own bodies, understanding that it's a communication. Even the food you put into your body, the supplementation that you put into your body is communication. You are communicating with your body when you nourish your body. And you are also putting in communication when you put ultra-processed food into your body, when you do not hydrate your body correctly, when you do not move your body the way you know it needs to be moved. That's all communication that you're inputting. It's a two-way street here. You input and your body outputs to you. And it is communication. It's communication. I'm so tired of the fight against this disease, the fight against that disease. You shouldn't be needing to fight your body. You should be listening to your body and responding in a way that curates the type of health outcomes that bring you happiness, joy, peace, wonderful feelings in your life. You shouldn't be at war with your body, poisoning your body to cooperate. Just think about it. It doesn't even make sense when you really think about it. Choose health. Choose Naturally Inspired. Go there now. Book your assessment. naturallyinspiredstore.com. We'll see you tomorrow right here, 3:00.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.